This episode of Make Live is brought to you by DigiKey.
So tell us about the MidiVox Shield.
Oh, right.
Maybe you can show us what it does first, and then
I can hear you what it does. If I have the magic word said there to have hearing.
Oh yeah, we hear it. It's just low. So, Colin, you developed this shield yourself, yeah? What did you use to make it?
Well, I used a lot of time and interest, and I mean to actually design it.
Mm-hmm.
I used CADSoft Eagle to design the PCB. Very popular option. The free version it has a size limitation to it, but it's just large enough for a Arduino Shield, happily, for probably a lot of people out there.
Between the expensive version and the free version?
The free version also, I believe, can only do 2-layered boards. Yeah, so you can't do like those crazy sandwiched boards with like traces going underneath and in between and stuff like that.
So no cell phone, no open source cell phone jammer made in
probably not. But there's a lot of other options for PCB design programs, of course. Got that,
So what is the MidiVox doing with? I mean, you have it plugged into a MIDI keyboard, right? But like, what is that typically used for anyway?
A MIDI keyboard?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's used for controlling software that makes sound generally. Oh, like there we go.
Mm-hmm.
So more or less, I read it was a metaphor about this. MIDI, I think Tom Igo said maybe MIDI is kind of like HTML for music or for instruments. It just tells you the framework of a key went down, a key came up, and how hard it was pressed, and these kind of things. It doesn't actually make any sounds by itself. So normally you connect this to a computer, and the computer you'd be running whatever kind of software you want, a digital audio workstation software like GarageBand or Cubase or Ableton Live, and that would generate sounds and software from all the cues it heard from the keyboard. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
So if the keyboard's HTML, then the MidiVox is the CSS.
There you go.
Telling it what to sound like, right?
I never did too much web coding, but yes, that sounds accurate.
Sure. For those of us who maybe have done a little too much.
Yep.
Great. So then we have it sandwiched here on top of the Arduino board,
right.
And then you have the MIDI keyboard into the
Push the whole thing
push
back.
the whole thing back that way.
There we go.
And then to be in this.
Oh, did I
close-up
move
shot
it
right
out
there,
of?
yeah.
Fine. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
And then you have the sound coming out to our soundboard, and then.
Right, I have just a DC power jack, I have sound out, and this is a MIDI cable.
And then what? And then what is this? So what's the code look like that's on the Arduino board? Is that doing what the computer software would do?
Yeah. It's actually pretty kind of stressing the limits of what I can fit in on there.
Mm-hmm.
I adapted a really excellent piece of software someone wrote called Squealer. It was originally written for the Pocket Piano Arduino.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the biggest shield in the world. It's like this long, and and so I pulled that over and I adapted it and I made some changes and made it go wow instead of just woo or so things like that.
Cool. You want to play us a little something?
Sure. Yeah, I can. Not a particular piece, but I'll kind of flow a little bit here. Is this? Am I in audio land again here?
No, we need sound on the MidiVox. Do we have to pull this halfway out?
No, I'd rather.
There we go.
So yeah, I can do that. Oh, sorry, I'm starting to just do space sounds on here. Yeah, it's
So you put the kit together. Oh, that's right. I mean, like, we pretend that I don't already know exactly how this was made, because we made that kit making video together. You were making the MidiVox kits, and I was like, "Where'd you get these rad LEDs?"
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, as you see me getting lost playing with this thing, this is what I made it for, so I can just sit here and play with sounds for all night and everything. I admit to having like a bit of kind of what do you call it, like a fetish or something for the cool parts, and
The people in the
Sounds
chat
better.
are asking what the chips are on the board. on your
And
Shield.
oh yeah, so yeah, I picked out things that I thought were cool and looked different, like the LEDs. But what the chips are in the Shield? Well, the Shield itself is just a MIDI input buffer, and basically it's just the professional proper way to connect MIDI input, and a digital to analog converter circuit. So you basically have a little opto isolator chip for the buffering of said MIDI input. So you have a little opto isolator, and that just keeps basically the circuit that the keyboard is connected to, that it is then connecting over via the cable. It's isolating that from the rest of the Arduino. That's just a standard way to do that, and how you're supposed to be MIDI compliant. And then this chip is a digital to analog converter, which just takes the the numbers, the highs, binary highs and lows that are output from the Arduino board via serial communication, and it turns them into different analog levels
Super cool.
of audio-ness.
And the potentiometer is just for volume or what?
Yeah, it's just a basic volume control kind of thing.
Neat. Let's zoom. Let's get another close-up shot of those awesome LEDs.
Oh, the
Maybe
flat
you can tilt,
top.
Can you
yeah.
tilt the board a little so we can see that they're these
yeah.
really cute flat top cylindrical.
Oh, when you deal with LEDs a lot, and you're like, oh, I like the regular 3mm ones, but there's something else. Yeah.
Yes. Is there
One
something
time I
else
ran
out there for
across
me?
flat ones, so then that became a quest to find those. Yeah.
Neat. Awesome. Thanks, Colin.